What would the Buddha say about burnout in 2025? Greetings, seekers of peace in a restless world. I am not here as a figure of the past, but as one who sees the struggles of your time. 2025, a year of ceaseless motion where the mind is tethered to screens and the heart is heavy with demands. You ask me about burnout, this fire that consumes your spirit, leaving you weary, detached, and lost in a haze of exhaustion. Let us walk together through this malaise and find clarity, not in grand proclamations, but in simple truths that have always been and always will be. Burnout is not new, though your world dresses it in modern garb. In my time, there were no devices buzzing with notifications, no endless streams of tasks piling upon the mind like stones on a weary traveler's back. Yet, even then, people suffered from striving too hard, clinging too tightly to desires, and losing themselves in the illusion of control. Burnout is the cry of a mind that has forgotten its own nature, a heart that has wandered far from stillness. It is the result of chasing shadows of success, recognition, or fleeting pleasures, while ignoring the light within. In your 2025, the world moves faster than ever. You are connected to all corners of the earth, yet feel more alone. You are asked to do more, be more, achieve more, while the quiet voice within you grows faint. This is the root of burnout, a disconnection from the truth of who you are. You are not your tasks, your titles, or your output. You are not the sum of your notifications or the weight of your deadlines. You are a fleeting, beautiful expression of life, boundless yet bound in this moment. When you forget this, you run without rest, and the fire of burnout consumes you. Let us begin with the first truth. All suffering arises from attachment. You cling to outcomes, finishing the project, winning approval, meeting the quota. You believe these things define you, so you pour your energy into them until there is nothing left. But what is it that you truly seek? Is it the promotion, the praise, or the fleeting sense of accomplishment? These are impermanent, like ripples on a pond. They come, they go, and yet you chase them as if they will last forever. This chasing is what exhausts you. It is not the work itself, but the story you tell yourself about the work, that it must be perfect, that it must define you, that it must never end. Pause now. Breathe. Ask yourself, what am I clinging to? Is it the need to be seen as successful? The fear of failure? The belief that rest is weakness? These are the chains that bind you to burnout. To release them, you must see them clearly. This is the practice of mindfulness, not a buzzword for your apps or planners, but a way of being. To be mindful is to observe your thoughts without being swept away by them. When you feel the weight of exhaustion, sit with it. Notice the tightness in your chest, the racing of your mind. Do not judge it or push it away. Simply see it as you would watch a cloud pass across the sky. In this seeing, you begin to loosen the grip of attachment. Now, let us speak of balance, for burnout thrives in extremes. Your world glorifies hustle, the endless grind, the badge of being busy. But busyness is not a virtue. It is a trap. The mind needs rest as the body needs breath. In my time, I spoke of the middle way, not too much indulgence, not too much deprivation, but a path of moderation. In 2025, this middle way is harder to find, for your culture celebrates excess. You are told to optimize every moment, to fill every gap with productivity. But life is not a machine to be optimized. It is a river, flowing, ever-changing. To live well is to flow with it, not to dam it up with endless doing. How do you find this balance? Begin with intention. Before you dive into your tasks, ask, why am I doing this? Is it necessary, or am I driven by fear, by habit, by the need to prove something? Set boundaries, not as walls, but as gentle guides. Say to yourself, I will work with focus, but I will also rest with purpose. In your 2025, this may mean turning off the devices that demand your attention, stepping away from the screen, and letting the world be for a moment. It may mean saying no to tasks that do not serve your deeper purpose. This is not selfishness, it is wisdom. To care for yourself is to care for the world, for a weary mind cannot offer compassion, and an exhausted heart cannot uplift others. Let us turn to the body, for burnout is not only of the mind. Your body speaks to you, but you have forgotten how to listen. It tightens, it aches, it grows heavy with fatigue, yet you push on, believing you can outrun its warnings. This is folly. The body is your teacher, not your servant. In my time, we walked mindfully, ate simply, and rested when the sun set. In your time, you sit for hours, eyes fixed on glowing screens, eating in haste, sleeping too little. This starves the body of its natural rhythms, and the mind follows, spiraling into burnout. To heal, return to the body. Move it, not to chase fitness goals, but to feel alive. Walk in nature if you can, and let the earth remind you of its patience. Eat with awareness, savoring each bite as a gift of life. Sleep not as a luxury, but as a necessity, like water to a parched field. These are not tasks to add to your list, but ways to reconnect with the truth that you are not separate from your body. When you honor it, you honor the mind, and burnout begins to loosen its hold. Now, let us speak of compassion, for burnout often comes when you forget to be kind to yourself. In your world, you are taught to judge yourself harshly, to measure your worth by what you produce, by how much you achieve. This is a lie. Your worth is not in your output, it is in your being. You are enough, not because of what you do, but because you exist. When you feel the weight of burnout, practice self-compassion. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend who is struggling. Say, "You are tired. It is okay. Rest now, and let the world turn without you for a moment." This is not weakness, it is strength. To be gentle with yourself is to reclaim the power to heal. Compassion extends outward too. Burnout thrives in isolation when you feel alone in your struggle. But look around, so many others are weary too. In 2025, your world is divided by screens and schedules, yet you are all connected by the shared experience of being human. Reach out. Share your struggles, not to complain, but to connect. Listen to others, not to fix their problems, but to remind them they are not alone. In this connection, you find meaning, and meaning is the antidote to burnout. When you feel your work serves something greater than yourself, whether it is your family, your community, or simply the act of being kind, you find strength to continue without breaking. Let us also consider desire, for burnout is often fueled by wanting what is out of reach. You desire to be perfect, to be indispensable, to have it all. But perfection is an illusion, and indispensability is a burden. In my teachings, I spoke of letting go, not of ambition, but of the craving that binds you to suffering. In 2025, this means questioning the desires that drive you. Do you work to live, or do you live to work? Do you seek wealth to be free, or does the pursuit of wealth enslave you? To let go is not to abandon your goals, but to hold them lightly, knowing they are not the sum of your existence. Meditation is the practice that brings all these truths together. In your time, meditation is often sold as a tool for productivity, a way to hack the mind. This misses the point. Meditation is not about doing, it is about being. Sit quietly, even for a few minutes each day. Watch your breath, not to control it, but to know it. Let your thoughts come and go, like leaves on a stream. In this stillness, you reconnect with the part of you that is untouched by burnout, the part that is calm, clear, and whole. In 2025, with its noise and haste, this practice is not a luxury, it is a lifeline. You may ask, what of the world that demands so much? Your jobs, your responsibilities, your endless tasks. How can you escape their pull? The truth is, you cannot always change the world around you, but you can change how you meet it. Act with mindfulness, with intention, with compassion. Do what you can, and let go of what you cannot. This is not resignation, it is freedom. When you stop fighting the world and start living in it with awareness, burnout loses its power. In your 2025, burnout is a signal, not a sentence. It is your mind and body crying out for balance, for connection, for meaning. Heed the call. Step back, breathe, and remember who you are. You are not a machine, not a cog in an endless wheel. You are a spark of life, fleeting yet eternal, and within you lies the wisdom to find peace. Walk the middle way. Be kind to yourself. Let go of what does not serve you. In this, you will find not only relief from burnout, but a life lived with clarity and joy. Go now with a light heart. The path is before you, and it begins with a single mindful step.